Hi viewers, welcome to the grammar channel. In today's English grammar lesson, we are going to learn relative pronoun, another kind of pronoun. And in my earlier videos, we saw possessive pronoun, personal pronoun, all that. And today's lesson is all about relative pronoun. Let's go into the lesson. A relative pronoun is a pronoun that is used to introduce a relative class. That is, relative pronouns usually introduce relative classes that describe noun or other pronoun. That is, this will be easier to understand if we look at some examples. But then, before that, let's have a chart, complete chart of the set of relative pronouns, how to use them, the clues to use them, and with examples. Now let's go one by one. As you see in the page, we see the first relative pronoun, whom. Whom, that refers to some people. So how to use the relative pronoun whom in a sentence? Let's see. It replaces object pronouns like him, her, me, and all that. So the example sentence, the boy whom they found was sent house. So I repeat, whom replaces object pronoun like him, her, or me. The sentence, example sentence, the boy whom they found was sent home. So this is used in a proper way. The boy whom they found, the boy was found by them. So the boy whom they found was sent home. Next, whose, again used for people. It indicates possession or relationship. This is the man whose pen I borrowed. This is the this is the man whose pen I borrowed. So I borrowed a pen from him. So this is mentioned with the relative pronoun whose. This is the man whose pen I borrowed. Next, which. The word which used for objects, animals, and so on. Let's see the example. The ship which was waiting in the dockyard was ready for shipment. The ship which was waiting in the dock is ready for shipment. Which used for objects, animals, and other things. Now who, again, people. It is used for people succeeds subject. Let's see the example. It was my brother who broke the house door. Right? It was my brother who broke the house door. Now, that. Next one, that. That is used for people and things. This is the house that I bought for the residents. This is the house that I bought last year. This used for people and things. Now, let's move on to different kinds. So, there are two types of relative classes, defining and non-defining. Let's see how defining relative classes give you some ideas about how to use the relative pronoun. Now, these defining relative classes describe a noun or a pronoun. So they are also known as adjective classes. So adjective classes and defining relative classes all same. I'll give you some examples. This is the student who won the academic award. People who like history enjoy going to the museums. So these are the defined class, defined adjectives, defined relative class. Now, non-defining relative classes are called non-restrictive classes. They don't add any, they add non-essential information. Like, I'll give you some examples. The flower which sits on the window pane is starting to bloom again. Another example, my brother, whose car I am driving, visited a few colleges last week. See this example, more example. The story which she shared with me was not true. The new company management, whomever they select, will be better. Look at these examples and the usages of relative pronoun. So, I'll recall relative pronoun. There are 5 relative pronouns: who, whom, whose, which, and that introduce adjectives. The cyclist who won the race trained hard. Again, some more sentences to make it more clear. The book, when it was finally returned, was torn and stained. So the store on the corner where we usually buy all of our art supplies is expanding. So these are the different usages of relative pronoun. And relative pronouns have different functions too. They introduce a class, that is a part of a sentence that gives more information about the noun. They connect the class to the rest of the sentence. Viewers, let me explain this in detail. Please listen carefully. If you look into these simple sentences, it will be easy to understand. Now, I cannot believe that she said it. That, okay? And he who begins late finishes late. Look at the relative pronoun who used here. He who begins late finishes late, last. She should bring the work that she has done. That. The student who won the prize is in my class. Who. So, these are the relative pronouns, the usages, the clues that I've given in the page. You can look into it and understand better. And the examples also I have given in detail. In the next video, we'll look into demonstrative pronoun, which is uploaded soon.